In the late 18th century, Thomas Robert Malthus put forward his famous economic theory that predicted the eventual breakdown of society. He proposed that every society at one point would collapse as the rate of population growth is exponential while the rate of resource growth is linear. This happens as people use abundant resources to reproduce rather than collectively enjoy high standards of life. As the competition for available resources increases, society reaches a point of crisis or breakdown. Governments in overpopulated countries with scarce resources have tried many ways to delay the Malthusian crisis point. In Europe, rapid industrialization in the 19th century had led to an explosion of resources that kept its population happy for many generations. The Green Revolution during the 1960s, led by the USA, brought food security to the global population for many decades. China tried to delay its population growth by implementing the one-child policy in the 1980s. It partially succeeded in moderating the population growth rate, but it gave birth to several demographic challenges. When the British left India in 1947, the country had the task of uplifting millions out of poverty and ensuring food security for its growing population. Family planning was a core tenet of the five-year plans, which started in 1951 under Jawaharlal Nehru. Sterilisation became a common practice only after the 1960s when hospitals and clinics were built all over the country. However, India's policy on population control took a dark turn in 1976. The government began forcing vasectomy operations on the country's male population, often by force or coercion. When Prime Minister Indira Gandhi declared emergency in 1975, one of her priorities was to eliminate poverty at all costs. Sanjay Gandhi, son of the PM, held considerable influence over the Indian administration. He believed that to eliminate poverty in India, the population had to be controlled at any cost. Under his orders, voluntary sterilization was changed to forced sterilization in 1976. The mass sterilization drive quickly became one of the notorious incidents of the 21-month period emergency, during which the Constitution was suspended and most human rights were abolished under the guise of internal security and poverty alleviation. The Prime Minister launched several welfare schemes providing land and subsidized rations to the country's poor. However, in most cases there was a catch to these freebies. Poor men and women were offered plots of land in exchange for getting sterilized, or for motivating others to do so. Sanjay Gandhi brought forced sterilization to the core of India's national population policy. Many chief ministers of northern states supported Sanjay Gandhi, and soon the entire government machinery was put to the task of filling vasectomy targets. Often promotions and medals were given to officers achieving their targets on sterilization. At the peak of the campaign, almost 6,000 operations were being conducted every day in UP alone. People began fearing the government and avoided any contact with government officials. In some cases, people resisted with violence and attacked the police with stones. Media reports on the oppression were subdued, and most cases were reported after the emergency was lifted in 1977. During this period, more than 62 lakh men were forced to undergo vasectomy by the government. It remains one of the darkest moments of Indian democracy. The Indian government eventually abolished the incentivized vasectomy scheme after the 1994 Cairo Conference on Population. But it has simply been replaced with expected levels of achievement at the state level. However, sterilization was not history yet. The MP government recently issued orders to health workers to mobilize men for vasectomy or face salary cuts. Under stiff opposition, the plan was dropped and a voluntary policy on sterilization was launched, which would incentivize people if they underwent sterilization. Interestingly, now women were forced to undergo sterilization by their husbands to collect the incentives. India carried out up to 40 lakh sterilizations during 2013 to 2014, and less than 1 lakh of these surgeries have been done on men. Although technology has improved, there is a haste to meet the mandated quotas, and many patients have died due to botched surgeries. In Chhattisgarh, 11 women died after undergoing tubectomies at a government-run health camp in 2014. Correspondents state that 83 women were operated on by a doctor and his assistant in just under 6 hours, and that they were all from poor families. India is projected to overtake China as the world's most populous country by roughly 2027, according to a United Nations report. The country needs to educate more of its citizens on population control and create a family planning framework. Being the largest democracy in the world, it also needs to adopt a humane and scientific approach to sterilization. Thanks for watching. If you found the video informative, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribe for more.